has an equation of this, what's its amplitude and maximum velocity. Okay, so x is 8.5 sine of 4. All right. And then the formula in your data packet says that it's amplitude times sine of omega times t, right? So 4 must be omega must be 4, right? And then our amplitude must be 8.5, right? So what is its amplitude? The amplitude is 8.50 meters. What is its maximum velocity? How do we do that? Two ways. Let me just show you this, right? Way number one is if you look at the velocity equation, it's omega x naught cos omega t, right? So if you look in the data packet, that thing there is our maximum velocity. The coefficient in front of cos, because remember, cos just goes from 1 to -1, right? So this thing you multiply it by is how big it is, the maximum value for that particular equation, right? So this would be the maximum velocity, is just omega x naught. So I can just simply go 4 times 8.5. Okay, 4 times 8.5 is indeed 34 meters per second. This is meters, that's radians per second. You might say, where did the radians go? They just merged, right? Let's suppose in a moment of panic you do not have that placid state of mind where you can look at this coefficient and go, that's the maximum velocity. You can just memorize that, that's the maximum velocity. The other thing to do is to use this formula. V is plus or minus omega square root of x naught squared minus x squared, right? The maximum velocity occurs when x is 0, so that goes away. And then you just get omega times the square root of the amplitude squared, which of course turns into omega amplitude, right? And then you do it in the same place, right? So that formula is hidden inside of this one, right? Why is the maximum velocity, why does it happen when the x is 0? Here's why. Because you're oscillating back and forth. In this case, since our amplitude is 8.5, here's x is 0, this is positive 8.5. Here's negative 8.5. Remember, the velocity at the edges is 0. The velocity in the middle is the maximum. Here's x equals 0, right? When you're at let's suppose we started here, right? Our velocity was 0. The spring is accelerating us all the way to this point. At this point, the spring starts to decelerate us, right? So we've reached our maximum velocity right there where x is 0. That's because the spring has no potential energy. It's all kinetic energy. All right. Whew. I'm excited. Are you excited?